Some people don't like Star Wars, but you know, it's okay to be wrong. But if you are a Star Wars fan, 2005 was a pretty fantastic year. An actually good prequel released, and in this year alone, Star Wars had released better games than EA did in 8 years with the Star Wars license. You had Star Wars Battlefront 2, which you know, that speaks for itself. Star Wars Republic Commando. Spoilers, but it's a banger. Star Wars Episode 3, another pretty neat game, and, of course, the greatest game ever created, LEGO Star Wars. Star Wars Republic Commando dares to ask the question, what if Star Wars wasn't for kids? What if it was a gritty, tactical, full-out warfare that'd make big ol' Tom Clancy proud? Here's their fucking answer.
What a waste of good genes.
Let's just kick it straight off with the music, since that's the first thing you agree to when you load up the game. I'm sorry, if that doesn't give you goosebumps, I hate to break it to you, but you're fucking deaf. This game's soundtrack is phenomenal, probably being the best Star Wars music that isn't composed by the main man John Williams himself. But obviously, don't worry, of course John Williams' music is in the game, because what is a Star Wars without a bit of old Johnny Williams? You play as Delta Squad, a group of Republic commandos playing through various missions where you have been tasked with blowing shit up. Yeah, that's pretty much it, and I fucking love it. You are the leader with your own wee squad, which you will control throughout the campaign, giving orders to focus fire, take certain positions, and all the other shite typical leaders do. So it's safe to say the story isn't really the focus here, as you're playing separate missions that are all part of bigger operations that'll have you playing in multiple locations like Geonosis, a droid ship, a Republic ship, and finally, the land of the fucking Wookiees. Right. So the game obviously came out in 2005, so there are elements that haven't aged too well, you know, like the PC port being an absolute shambles, so much so no matter the sensitivity of the mouse, it's going to give you whiplash. I had it on one, and even one swipe to the right and I was booking a flight to fucking Kenya. Also, graphics, loading screens and small environments are all limitations of the shite box, but doesn't mean the game can't still be an absolute banger to this day. This game gets so much right. I can't tell you how much I love the group dynamic in this game, which, to be honest, it kinda shits on the Halo DST squad. The squad in this game actually feels like you're a group of brothers, because you are, but fuck off. There's consistently class banter between the group, with the perfect amount of humour, which is just strengthened by the gameplay, as you actually have to work together as a squad.
I could use some help.
You push up on your own, you're gonna get absolutely fucked. You know, I learnt this the hard way. They all have their own specialities, like Sev. Send him to a sniping position and he's gonna quick scope them like there's no tomorrow. The squad in this don't feel tacked on, and it actually feels like you can rely on the teammates as if they were actual players, which so many squad tactical games can never get right. Plus the fact the controls for the squad is so intuitive. For all basic commands it's just a click of F. Want them to set up cover over there? Just fucking click F. And this is just perfect, as you don't need a fucking Wikipedia page right next to you to tell you how to wipe their arses. Sure, there are more commands that tell them to hold position, but I used them once and I'm going to go out on a limb and say probably don't need to use them. Simplifying the commands made me so much more inclined to use them. Long story short, everything relating to the squad in this game is fucking minted, and pretty ahead of its time, all things considered. Apart from the squad mechanics, the moment-to-moment gameplay can be hit or miss, like the restricted level design which never really presents any interesting fighting locations, with most combat encounters taking place in corridors, but the game makes up for this with its combat, as the loop can be pretty addicting and rewarding. Combat encounters are typically difficult and require you to manage your resources carefully, making full use of all your equipment. These combat encounters can get pretty tense, incentivizing you to play slow and tactical, but also keeping the sense of urgency, as there's usually an objective you're working towards, or droid dispensers you need to blow up. But by the way, fuck droid dispensers. They're the most stressful thing on the fucking planet. Plus, I love the enemy design of the game because you're legit fighting the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in a spaceship. What's not to fucking love? There are so many cool decisions, like making the super battle droids legitimate threats. And I've got to say, these lads, they can be pretty scary. For once, they actually live up to their name. Although some enemies at points can feel a bit bullet spongy, they all feel unique to fight and you have to adjust your tactics to fight them. I love that. Also, the combat can be really difficult, but most of the time it balances the line of being difficult but not impossible. And I say most most of the time, because this game does have a lot of bullshit, like, you know, fuck these guys, and some really extreme difficulty spikes, and I mean fucking extreme. But the difficulty definitely made overcoming these obstacles so much more rewarding. The actual gunplay itself is just alright, but it's the chess game of deciding what weapons to use, when and where, plus which grenades, on top of already controlling your squad and using the surrounding environments to your advantage. You know, this is where the true enjoyment of the combat really comes from. Although I will say the gameplay does take its time to its peak, as you get more and more tools throughout the game to mess those bitches up. And then I started hating the hard combat encounters, thinking they were nothing but bullshit, but as I got better, I kinda learned to love these moments, as it always forced me to tackle these difficult parts in different ways, and feeling that insane sense of accomplishment once I did beat the bastards felt really fucking good. Probably the best thing about this game is just how fucking cool the clone commandos are. Like, seriously, how could you not like these guys? They're based on like proper military tactics, and just the shit they went through to make these guys so fucking tactical is just so cool. It really feels like you're playing as part of the SAS, but you know, you're killing clankers and droids instead of terrorists, I guess. Overall, there are areas of this game that don't age so well, but it's still a really cool and unique game. It's not often you get to play a more gritty Star Wars game in a squad-based first-person shooter, but it is a very hard game to go back to, because of various reasons like the bullshit, the bad port, and some of the average gunplay. This game would make an absolute amazing remaster, or a remake from the ground up, or just give us a new one. Actually, give us a new one. This is a really cool concept, and to see it like in the modern era where better environments, better level design, better gunplay, and see really what they could push this sort of game towards would be really fucking cool. This game was made in 2005, and it's a pretty fucking fun game. But if you are a Star Wars fan that is more into the deeper aspects, like watching the Clone Wars and all that, this game is fucking amazing. It's so cool to see the world from this different perspective, just like it was so cool to see Halo from the different perspective in Halo ODST. And this game came out in 2005. I don't know, man. I'll go back to work in 3 days, which is pretty fucking shite. So this is all you're getting. The game's class.
Can you die later, sir? It's just isn't a good time now.